Hey everybody, Will Fix here. Listen, we're going to have a White Swan event, but this White Swan event's got a Black Swan. The equities market's fixing to have a Black Swan event, probably February, March. And because of the inverse correlation with the equities market and the crypto markets, when equities market suffers, the money turns around and runs to the crypto market. In that respect, the crypto market's kind of like gold and silver, the metals market. Same thing. What happens is gold stays the same, and here's the dollar, and as the dollar goes down, it just requires more dollar to buy the same amount of gold, which appears that gold is going up in price. Because of the same inverse correlation in basket of currencies, the rest of the world, when we see gold going up, the rest of the world sees gold going down. So anyway, that's how that works. Well, the same thing in the crypto market. What is the White Swan event for crypto? It's the Black Swan event coming for the equities market. What is that? What is that Black Swan event? I follow a guy, Rafi Farber. He's super smart. He has a great channel, and he's going to describe it better than I can. I'm going to give you a real quick synopsis, and then let's watch his video. Basically, the bond market and treasuries, bonds and treasuries, the government we get our money to pay our bills from paying good interest rates, okay? We've been needing to draw money to us lately. So what we do is we raise the rates we pay, and it causes people to want to put more money with us. Now, what happens in a treasury, as you probably know, if you're going to buy a $10,000 treasury, you take $10,000 or whatever currency is the equivalent of $10,000, and you give it to the United States, and you get the yield for whatever term that is. So is it a 1 year? Is it a 5 year? Is it a 10 year, 20 year, 30 year? At the end of that term, you get your entire principal back. So if you gave $10,000 and it was a 10-year term, at the end of 10 years, you get your $10,000 back. So you either renew it or you take your money, right? Well, we have $5 trillion of principal coming due. The problem with this is our rating, so if you put all of this together, our ratings have dropped. We're paying a greater yield. Now we're going to have a huge debt. Where are we going to get $5 trillion? We usually use we have been using the repo market. Well, it has less than $1 trillion in it now. So there's a huge debt coming. How are we going to pay that? What about if we borrow it, and with high interest rates, then we can't afford to pay our own bills, right? So we're kind of stuck. So what's going to happen? Well, the government's going to buy those probably, and they're going to go to zero interest rates, which how much money is that going to draw? If you pay zero, how much money are people going to want to, and just because you have a bond for, 1%, who's going to buy it from a country who is in trouble, from a country whose rating just dropped? So basically, the collapse is on its way. The dollar is going to tank. Gold and silver is going to go way up, and so is the crypto markets. Now, this Swan event is also going on at the same time these other releases are going on. The next 2 years are going to be insane. So, next year, probably March, April, we're going to see and hear all of these happenings, and we're going to watch it's just going to be an increase in money. I don't even want to try to say how much because I don't want to get too excited. It's going to be a lot of money that XRP is going to go up because of this. XRP, Bitcoin, all of them. These there's only like what, a trillion, 0.3 or something Well, golly, how much money's in the rest of the world? And as soon as that starts to tick up with gold and silver, you better watch out. I mean, it's coming. So this is a white swan event that's coming amidst all of the other good news that's coming for crypto. Now, I'm not rejoicing because of the bad news, but we will be a benefactor of it. So we can just feel smart for having a balanced portfolio, because it's always smart to have inverse correlated investments where, you know, where you win or you win. You know, you just start pulling some out, switching it around, but you got a way to win. So I just want to encourage y'all, let's watch this video. It's a little over 4 minutes, so it won't be long, but watch this video and see what you think. Hey, by the way, like and subscribe for me, please. I heard one of the YouTubers say, tappity taparoo. If you tap that for me, it makes babies laugh somewhere. Every time you hit thumbs up and subscribe, babies laugh somewhere. A baby feels a tickle. Like and subscribe. Let's watch this video. I'll put a tag on the end there, and see you in a few minutes. Enjoy.
Guys, Ralph here from the Endgame Investor. Today I want to give a quick little video on all of the debt that is due in 2024. I did this with some SIFMA statistics. We're going to contrast that with the amount of cash that's still available in the reverse repo facility. We're going to make a ratio and try to figure out when this thing finally falls. It should be early in 2024, my guess, around February, March, something like that. Let's go into the statistics. We're going to see how we have about $5 trillion due in principal in 2024, going all the way back to 10-year notes, probably more than that if you count in the 20 and 30-year notes that are due this year from 20 and 30 years ago. I'm not sure if there are any 20-year notes due, because I'm not sure if those existed 20 years ago, but the 30-year notes definitely yes. And also any of the bills that are still about to be issued for the rest of the year that will be due in 2024. So this is probably something above $5 trillion. Let's go to the first slide. This you've seen before. This is the reverse repos that are left in the system. It has descended from, what is this in, well, let's zoom in for a second. 1 year. We were at 1.557 trillion September 29th. At the end of October, we were at 1.079 trillion, so about $500 billion in a month. And now we hit another low of 1.008 trillion. We're up a little bit, 1.024 trillion now. We're about 1 trillion. And since the Treasury auctions have begun again, this is going to start draining again, probably tomorrow. And now let's just put that number at around $1 trillion. Let's move to an Excel sheet. And this is from SIFMA. I forgot what that stands for, but we'll find out in a second. SIFMA, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, or wait, is that scuba? Anyway, maybe they're at the front here. Table of contents, it says SIFMA, invested in America. You know, I don't know, it doesn't even say what they stand for. Financial something of America, whatever. They take all of the statistics for treasuries outstanding and they put them all into this useful Excel spreadsheet, which you can get once a month at SIFMA. They send it to your inbox. So what I did here was, I'm not sure if you can see this, they're highlighted boxes. So I went back to, 2014, right? And this is a 10-year note. So everything that was issued, this is issuance of 10-year notes back in 2014, which means the principal is coming due in 2024. Same thing with the 7-year note issued back in 2017. All that is due in 2024. 5-year note issued in 2019. Total 5-year notes issued $500 billion. Total 3-year notes issued in 2021. Total 2-year notes issued in 2022. Add to that the total down here, 1-year notes, 52-week bills issued since January 2023. All of this is due in 2024. Add the 6-month bills that were issued since July and the 17-week bills issued since September, plus the 13-week bills issued in October. If you take all of that together, you have this total down here. You'll see it where my thingy is, or my cursor is circling here. We have 4.895 trillion. If you add in 30-year bonds, which are also due from 30 years ago in 1994, right? It will probably be close to $5 trillion. That's in principle, that is due. That is not going to be met with a reverse repo reserve a dollar tank of about $1 trillion. The Fed is not buying any bonds or notes or bills now. So who's going to put in $5 trillion so that the government can keep spending and having deficits of like $1.5 trillion, $2 trillion a year? The Fed's going to have to come in and buy. And that means they're going to have to go back to zero rates. They're going to have to cut to zero, and they're going to have to start QE again. And that is going to be the end of the monetary system. Just wait until February, March, and see what happens. You'll see that I was right. Or maybe you won't see because maybe the internet will be down. I don't even know. It's not going to be pretty in 2024. The world is going to be reorganized from the bottom up, not from the top down. And at that point,
there you have it, folks. What a good job he did. That's, you know, as a researcher, finding all that. $5 trillion is coming due. Well, it's going to be more than that because there's more treasuries, more things going on. China's already started cashing out their bonds. Saudi Arabia is already accepting other currencies for oil. The dollar is going to drop very significantly, probably around 30%. You know, that means a minimum of a 30% increase on some things. Then supply and demand kicks in, the bid ask, you know, so not just supply and demand, but bid ask kicks in. There's a lot of factors going to kick in to drive this to the moon. Hey, check out this other video I've put up in one of these corners, and I hope you have a blessed day. Like and subscribe. Have a good one.